The delay should be gone. Those will be nice quality of life improvements for me. This list had no removal, I blame you. Alright, sweet. Well, this is a bingo square, right? Keep one resource ice hand on the play. Make all of your resource drops. So it looks like we have... This is interesting. We have a mono diamond Theros deck here. So Theros, those unfamiliar, 8 charges. Troops you control get +1/+1 this turn. But every time you play an underworld troop, you gain a charge. McBombus, pretty popular champion, especially in this rock format. It looks like 3 charges, summon a Bumblebot. That's so weird, right? Force the Tomb is kind of sweet. So once per turn, when a credit control deals damage to a champion, if this is in your hand, you just play 2 free Phantoms. So this deck has a bunch of cheap flying units. So I wonder if this deck's gonna have a pretty good Bombus matchup, because it could just like get in the way of these flicker. Like, they have 2 Force the Tome in their hand. Like, when they connect with this Decklist devoted next turn, they're gonna just make 4 Phantoms on turn 2. Like, that seems ridiculous. McBombus will be rotating, that is correct. I'm excited for what's going on in the top side of our screen here. It's like, get ya. Yep, trigger. Yep, have some flyers. Trigger, have some flyers. Alright, play another flyer. Yep. These are my dorks. Everybody like them, but these ones fly. Missed that 3rd resource drop on Enyem's side of the table here. Notably can't play Consult, even though they had a resource with 3 troops, because Consult has double Sapphire in the threshold. Lasgar's Vengeance one time. Their deck is just like mono 1/1 flyers for 1. I love it. Just love it every second of this here. Just like, alright, crack you for 6. And they're up to 6 charges here. So next turn, they're gonna be able to play a Duskwing and then play a Shard and then make all of their troops be +1/+1. Is that actually just lethal? That's almost lethal, right? It's gonna be 14. Shackling Strange with the double Prophesites here to hit some resource drops. Oh, we see a Bumblebot get made. Interesting that we made a second Ruby when we have a Consulted Talent in our hand. We used our Deathless Devoted to revert the Shackling Strands off our troop. Love it. So Deathless Devoted has a 1-shot revert another target card. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, put you to 1. Go. I think that's gonna be all we wrote for our Enyem side of the table here. Yep. Alright. Pretty commanding victory there from the mono diamond side of the table. Let's take a look at what happened in the second game here. Dan's pretty medium from Enyem's side of the table. We've got a Flickering Gobbler that we don't have actions to play out, and we've got 2 Consulted Talents that we desperately need troops. I mean, I guess we're leaning on the ice to Fate Weave us into some action here. Whoa, we see, again, a little bit more of what Claude's deck is doing here. We've got Battle Him. So this card costs 1 resource, but it requires 3 diamond thresholds. All your troops get +1/+1 permanently. We've got Airvolution here. Target troop you control gets flight. Troops you control with flight get +1/+1 permanently. And again, we're going to have Deathless Devoted into turn 2, Force the Tome. We note here that Claude last game, that's interesting. So Enyem drew a Warp Steel Shards for him, but then decided to play an Ice for the turn instead of playing the Warp Steel. We see both ice and coins on Claude's side of the table here. It's the White Weenie Flyers deck, yep. And this is why I love new formats, right? Like there's like especially a format like this where like there's all these cards that like a lot of them have never seen play before because they just weren't standard playable, but like they're very playable in this format. Remember, if you're not playing in the current fight night that's going on right now that currently has 194 people playing in it, you can play another one this evening, 6 p.m. PST. It kicks off about 6 hours from now. This is a good hit. We get to consult, and then we get to hit him with a Knob Gobbler. We got a prophesized combat training here, so the Thunderfield Seer makes this card draw an additional card, and this card comes back to their hand every time they hit their opponent with the troop that it's on. That being said, Battle Hymn and Air Evolution on the other side of the table are going to threaten to end the game pretty quickly. Probably see 2-drop plus Battle Hymn this turn from Claude. And then next turn, we can see Air Evolution plus Champ Power. Yep, Battle Hymn. Hey, these are my 2/2s. There are many like them, but these ones are Claude's. Alright, crack you for 6. Cry of Gwaine, not nearly the powerful card that Enyem needs it to be. Combat training, sure. Just not going to have anywhere near lethal this turn, though, right? This is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So even just, like, no blocks here, Claude's just going to kill him on the backswing. I like this conservative block for the Duskwing. Good. So Claude's going to take 8, 13, and then Enyem's going to die in the backswing. Ooh, I like this. We cycled that so we could hit our Champ Power this turn and have a blocker. They're still dead on the backswing though, right? Because Air Evolution plus Champ Power is just like infinite damage. Now we just get to do all of it here. Yep, this is my thing. This is my next Anthem effect. My guys are 3/3s. This is my Champion Power. My guys are 4/4s. It's 16U. Alright. Alright, sweet. So Mono Diamond taking down Bombus here. The first match we're taking a peek at. Yeah, so Bombus and Furryco were the two decks that had looked like the best win percentages for the first couple of fight nights. Let's see if we could find another match here. I think Andrew was playing. I'd like to find his matches. Andrew, where are you? The data on what did well, hexpvptools.com has all the event data on there. Anyone sees Andrew's name, let me know. Sometimes I move past them by mistake. Doing two things at once. Don't look at data roots formats. No! No! No, Emrakul the promised Enverance format. Data doesn't do anything. Dang it. I must have skipped past one of his games at this point. Wow, Magic Online looks so much better. B Wen with the 413 subscription. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. To be fair, the replay client isn't very pretty. That's why it's not public use yet. Especially with all the tedious clicking. Andrew, where are you? That's Enyem and Claude right there. Did I miss it? I must have just like clicked past him at this point. Yeah, we need a search option. Honestly, just like having names not need to be manually unclicked will go a long way because I just flip through them and find them pretty quickly. There's a search option here, but it's based on the session number. Yeah, that's why I wanted to find it, Klutz. You said it was sweet. So when you're wondering what we're doing between rounds with the bash coverage, this is what we're doing when we're between rounds where there's loading screens up. There, was it there? Did I miss it? Stop, I missed it. It was on the previous page. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I'm like, this one has a lot of people in it, right? Page 14. There it was. Good call. Good call. Good eye. Thank you. So now I can copy this number so I can get back here later. And again, the replay client is a beta feature that a few people have access to, like myself, because I do help with Hex Clash coverage. Drono Yard with the 250-point cheer. Thank you very much. We did find it. Let's check out Andrew's game here. I think Andrew is also playing Bombus, but he said his opponent's deck was pretty sweet. I'm gonna take a peekaboo here and see what went on in their two games. The Bearded Goat Man versus Andrew here. Just the classic Bombus. Oh, I am a super huge fan of whatever Bearded Goat Man has going on over here. We've got a control deck, it looks like. We've got a piece of spot removal here. Double Heart's Whisper. Cannibalize. I can appreciate someone that loves me a dirtle. The cheers are basically another way to send donations, Tar, that's integrated into Twitch. So every cheer point is a penny, essentially. If you live in the United States or a select subset of other countries, you can watch advertisements in order to collect cheer points to cheer for streamers. Yeah, the replay client is basically one of Chris Woods' pet projects. And we are very grateful that he spends his time doing it. Probably see a resource fate weave here off of this. See this Cannibalize picked up extra prophecy on it. Klutz hitting his third resource drop like a lucker, but notably still not a ruby threshold, so still no ruby threshold. We see a resource come off the top for Bearded Goat Man as expected, but no second blood yet, so probably get a resource as well. Two more resources, still missing that second blood for the Strangle. Thankfully, Klutz is missing his first ruby, so... Oh, alright. Speak too soon. To go ahead and make a Bumblebot here, probably see like Combat Training and Seeing Red go on this. I think Bearded Goat Man is about to be thrown under a Bearded Bus. It's like, alright, we're attacking you for 14 here. Gross. Combat Training comes back to Klutz's hand. Ugh, that's gonna be all she wrote. So you miss on that second blood yet again. Do we even consult here? Oh yeah, with that we definitely do. Actually, we could go Warp Steel, Baby Yeti. Draw a bunch of cards. Oh, look, a ship bucket. This is my flickering bucket. Right, put that number back in here. Get to the second game. This one's 11 minutes and 45 seconds, so probably a little bit more play on Bearded Goat Man side of the table. Ooh. So you can buy bits regardless of the country that you live in, but you can only watch advertisements for bits in particular areas. Anyone can buy bits. See a lot of slow shards from Bearded Goatman's side of the table here. Klett's hitting his second resource naturally here as Warp Steel on 2 again. See Arcane Focus and Consult the Talon in there. See that Mill Gem up the Depth Crawler, flipping over Bearded Goatman's Fate Weave there. Come on, Misery. I feel like Misery has to be a little ambitious, right? Still no Ruby for Android. Still no Ruby. They do get to probably see a Thunderfield Seer to Consult the Talon here. Yep. Good clean live-in, draw 3. All right, and there's a Ruby. So we've got Ruby, we've got Flickering Goblin, and we've got Shroud here. Really powerful card, Shroud. Ready target troop you control gets Spell Shield this turn. So that's like a one cost way to interrupt these strangles and casualties of war here on Bearded Goatman's side of the table. We'll see how greedy Android wants to be here. The conservative line is to wait a turn on the Flickering Gobbler so you can protect it with Shroud. Just no fear, get punished. Oh, we put combat training on the Gobbler too. That was really aggressive. We'll see if Android's going to have the tools to play through losing that Flickering Gobbler. I feel like if Android would have waited a turn, they probably would have been a lot better off there. All these Shrouds that they have access to. Arcane Focus, drawing an extra card from their, what's it called earlier? Let's see, Walking Boneyard come down here yet? Not quite yet. So Walking Boneyard, I think this is a base 2/2 or 3/3. Gets +1/+1 for each troop and opposing crypts. There's 2 in here, so you got base 3/3. Did you consider getting good, Scrub? Runic Decay in response, Shroud in response. Love it. Little back and forth quick speed action there. So a little punishing from Bearded Goatman's side of the table there. If our plan was to be willing to kill this with the Runic Decay, we're probably supposed to just kill this on our turn while Andrew doesn't have any resources available. I feel like that little mishap could potentially cost us here. Right, we get to recast. This Runic Decay seems fantastic against Android's deck. Strangle in response. Probably see another Shroud, I'd imagine. Although we might want to hold this Shroud in the event of a Flickering Gobbler. Yep, looks like what we're doing here. Is the Walking Boneyard going to come down now? We haven't played a resource yet for the turn. Boneyard's up to a 6/6. Warp Steel, Shard Sworn, yep. None of these things are bigger than a 6/6 though. Boneyard seems like a sweet win condition in this format. Dodges Strangle, dodges Rock Cast, probably dodges most of the Ruby removal as well. Brunch. Properly identifies that they're winning this race. No Heart's Whisper there is interesting. Zero this combat training. It was combat training going on the target that dies to casualty of war. Casualty of war. Oh, geez, we have a Shroud. Oh, we have the Fate Weave and nothing. Okay. Okay, so we get to, we're going to take 6 here. Walking Boneyard's up to a 7/7. Gonna be a tight race. Weaving and nothing's pretty good. Misery one time. Strangle Butcher. Okay, man, just infinite removal in this Blood Sapphire control deck. Most notably 2. Dreaming Fox here, only 1 charge away from getting an Oracle Song off their champion power. Landing plus site. All right, that's all right. We have the weave. Whew. Maybe I kind of like holding the weave up there. They got pretty rewarded for like being willing to hold the weave, right? Would not be surprised to see the butcher get played here on the Bumblebot. And now you just start smashing with the boneyard, right? Just like put him under the abyss here. You need to block every turn or you're gonna die. And every time they block, the boneyard gets bigger. That's a card that could pull Andrew back into this game. It's gonna be a lot of cards coming off the top here for Andrew. Although I suppose they probably would have pulled the trigger on that Strangle and Depth Crawler during Bearded Goatman's end of turn there. Just so we could like, oh, that's another Walking Boneyard. Yep. Do you smash here? I like to smash like that. Then we can Strangle. Nah, you probably don't want to Strangle proactively, right? Like Flickering Gobbler is kind of scary. Focus makes the troop larger and draws a card. Mama Yeti. It's a biggin. A lot of cards for Andrew's side of the table. We're going to 1 here, probably. I like Strangling the Warp Steel, yep. Go to 1. 1 and 0, confirm different numbers. So this these Walking Boneyards, though, let's get to hold up Verdict of the Ancient Kings here. Plus, we're going to spot check with Withering Gaze, and then hold up Verdict of the Ancient Kings. I'm just pumping the brakes. Okay. Another Mama Yeti. So pretty rewarded for pumping the brakes here. And so now this is just going to be death for Andrew, right? Like we have Strangle here. We block the Mama Yetis. The Boneyards turn into 13-13s. Do we have a third game in this match, chat? Aha! We do. Need to go check a diaper again really quick. I'll be right back. And we'll see what happened to this last game. Jake's got poop poop. Smells like Jake's got poop poop. Smells like Jake's got poop poop. Yeah. It's queued up. All right, are we gonna keep it? Do we have 2 players keeping hands in the back of ice and prayer? Ooh, pretty conservative redraw there from Bearded Goatman's side of the table. And we have Andrew on the other side hoping to be a new blocker and Fate Weave a Sapphire to the top of his deck. Can he do it? Ruby Shard. Yes! I love watching Klutz get punished. So Fate Weave again for another resource here. This does guarantee that Mama Yetis are going to hit on the 4th turn, so that's probably pretty reasonable. The Strangle has a prophecy on it, which is decent. I like this, getting frisky with the Thunderfield Seers. Ooh, okay, we got there. Can the Warp Steel hit a Berry Gem here is the question. No Berry Gem. Berry Gem would have been very good there. Do Do we? Yeah, I like this. We go Blood Shard, Thunderfield Seer, hold up Strangle, so we can trade Strangle plus a Thunderfield Seer for a Mama Yeti this next turn. Depth Crawler with Gladiator does not attack profitably into a bunch of 1/1s. We hit a Consult the Talent here, but notably again, double Sapphire Threshold on there. Mama Yeti is just going to get to hangry and come across the table here. Strangle plus draw a card. We have another Strangle plus draw a card, so second Mama Yeti likely going to meet a similar fate next turn. We'll weave into nothing as well. Okay, I like this. We're committing to holding up Strangle this turn. And the next turn we'll have 5 resources available. Another resource, but notably again, not a Sapphire. So you kind of don't want another resource if you're injured, but you do need a Sapphire Threshold. Block plus Strangle, draw a card. It's like clean 1 for draw 2 cards. That's a heck of a Strangle. Got double weave into nothing from on Bearded Goatman side of the table, but worth noting we're a little bit behind on board here. This Consult is prophesized as well. Okay, there's that Sapphire Threshold for Andrew. That being said, this draw 4. Are we gonna bite? This is good sequencing from Andrew. We're representing an interrupt, so we're getting our attack in first to encourage our opponent to use the removal. Very disciplined from Bearded Goatman here. I like the sequencing on both sides of the table, and Bearded Goatman got really paid off for not pulling the trigger on this Runic Decay on the Flickering Gobbler too aggressively. The Leprechaun is great. I love the synergy in this deck. We can pass with Cannibalize up while also representing Weave into nothing. Just like really sweet there. We have a Shroud. Are we just gonna weave this into nothing? Okay, so we're gonna. We could get into trouble here from Andrew's side or from Bearded Goatman's side of the table. Are we just taking the hit again? I like taking the hit again. It makes them Shroud, and then we get to Runic Decay them in response. That was slick. Again, good sequencing on both sides. I like what Andrew did, but Bearded Goatman didn't fall for the bait. I'm gonna Fate Weave another resource at the top here. Sweet. Recast this Runic Decay, kill a Bumblebot, gain 2 more health. God, Runic Decay seems like such a sweet, grindy value card in this format. Feels like Warpsteel Shardsworn is a card that a lot of people are going to be playing, just like it's a good value 1-drop, and like Runic Decay lets you 1-for-1 that while also gaining back some of the health that it cost you. So see Bearded Goatman going down to 17 here. Probably say Cannibalize at end step. Yep. Looking for like a Walking Boneyard, another Runic Decay, a way to stabilize the board, gain some health. Yep. See an Oracle Song come off the top from off the Champion Power here. Some Arcane Focuses. Andrew only has 4 points of power, so Goatman has a couple of turns here to make do. Again, could choose to play a focus, but chooses to hold up Weave into nothing, which I like. Andrew choosing to hold the Mama Yeti. That's interesting. I guess we want to try and wait for like a double turn where we can like have 2 pieces of action. You go Seer into Focus. Hey, Python. What Dead of Winter cards are you most interested in so far? I said the Leprechaun, right? Leprechaun's great. They spoiled a lot of good ones today, though. Generally, I like to wait until the end of a season, or the end of the spoiler season, to check everything. Hello, Screecher Creature. You're very loud. There's the Walking Boneyard. Rather large Walking Boneyard. This Blood Sapphire control deck is kind of great. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of leaving the weave down here. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of... Oh, did you poop too? That's why it smells like poop. Good lord. Alright. We gotta pause here for a second. All you kids do is poop. Poop. What a crappy afternoon. What a crappy afternoon. No, Declan, stop it. Bam. This Blood Sapphire control deck just looks like everything I want to be doing in Hex. In TCGs in general, really. Just like, just triple weave into nothing. 2 resources away from having another champ power activate. Oh yeah, just snap that weave, get some action on top of your deck, Bearded Goat Man. I wonder if their win conditions are just 4 walking boneyards. That would be kind of hot, right? Oh yeah, no, get that ire out of here. Weave it into nothing. All right, crack you with my 11-11. Yep, love it. Oh look, it's a 12-12 now. It's gonna be under double abyss very, very soon. You just oh yeah, I was just gonna say you ship with both. Wait, why didn't we? I had to ship with both of them there. We're very good regardless. We've got to weave into nothing here, but like, yeah, wow, that was sweet. That was sweet. All right. Now what, McBomb? You know, I kind of like these 2 decks. Sweet deck and injured got bot. It's everything I want in a match of Hex. You're not wrong. Let's. Oh, I don't have round 2 matches up just yet. Let's find another one. All right. So who are the sweet decks? I'm gonna write some notes down here. So Claude and Bearded Goat Man have sweet decks. And they both won. Maybe we'll find some more of their matches later. Find a third person that I want to see. Yeah, let's just find a random one from round 1. All right, that's exactly the one I already watched. All right, one I haven't downloaded already. Just pick these guys. Let's watch these ones. Zedfidus and Koryu. All right, good 3-game set here. Let's get it going. If either of these decks are sweet. I cannot see their champions without going into the match, no. Don't have deck list, don't see champion information until we get into the game. Ideally, we'd have deck for, like, you know, like big coverage stuff. We did get deck lists, and then I could look through deck lists and then go, oh, this deck list is sweet, and then find that player. All right, Bombus is a popular dude, and we have here. This is kind of so. It's kind of like a short history on the lifespan of this rock format so far. Function, a community member, had been running rock tournaments, and this conscript deck was kind of like the boogeyman of their smaller rock tournaments, because a sacred stance here says whenever you conscript a troops you control in your hand get +1/+1 here. Kind of interesting sequencing from Koryu on the bottom side of the table here. I think if I had been Koryu, I would have played my ice on 1, so I could sacred stance on 2, and then double conscript on 3, and just give all of my troops a huge power boost. So like they're behind 2 sacred stance. They're actually out of conscript cards, right? So like they have this sacred stance in their hand that's like probably not going to do a whole lot, because they've already played both their conscript cards. And like now we're playing the sacred stance out, and like we don't have anything that's like relevant. I guess we're gonna get to like chump block with this eager lackey, or attacking with it. That's interesting. Probably see a sapphire and then a consultant talent here. Hey, leave your brother alone. There is a whole floor full of toys. Leave the 2 toys your brother is playing with alone. Heard. Which is actually just like a really good lesson in general, Badger TK. Like the conscript deck did not have a very good win percentage in the first couple of fight night things. And again, here's another conscript payoff without having any conscript cards. This is kind of the problem this deck ran into when it was a limited deck. Like you have your cards just aren't lining up fantastically with what your opponent has with each other. And this, we definitely had a little bit of a sequencing mess up from Koru this game, where they could have played stance and then conscripted, but like the Stroko would still just be a 1/2. See, this game end is ending very quickly here. We've got a Burning Tendrils, a Seeing Red, just like crack you for 13 on the 4th turn. This Bombus deck is super aggressive. Super aggressive. Alright, we got these 2. This Lanupois Sight plus combat training is probably lights out here. What's going on, Immortal? Yeah, yep. Nope, that's the god dang it, Bobby. I forgot to copy the number down, so now I have to. Alright, I gotta look through here for this it. Nope, it's the wrong one. Sweet. Click that. Right, copy the number. All right, and again, we've got Sacred Stance in the opener here. We got a Totem Trap, importantly, too. Yeah, what's going on, Immortal? Normally I do Magic on Friday afternoons, but I'm not going to overlap the PT with Magic coverage, so I'm going to do some Magic stuff this evening after the PT is done. I also overslept this morning because Declan let me sleep late for the first time ever, so I popping back on to do a little bit more hex to make up for the hex I missed this time. And again, okay, so this time I really like Koruya's sequencing. They're choosing not to play the Eager Lackey this turn because they have the Sacred Stance in hand. And they're actually getting pretty supremely punished for not playing the Eager Lackey out aggressively this turn. This Thunderfield Seer got powered up by a Seeing Red and a Prophesized Combat Training. So this Thunderfield Seer is gonna. Oh, we have a trap. Never mind. JK, everything is fine. Sacred Stance into Eager Lackey. So Eager Lackey's gonna conscript a thing, and then everything gets bigger. Yep. You can see all of these in Karuya's hands are also larger. Alright, we're gonna get a Bumblebot into double combat training here on Zedov's side of the board. Pretty quick clock, a bunch of combat trainings. These other two combat trainings are gonna return the combat training that draws a card as well. That being said, we do have a Decree of Banishing for Karuya. Another Sacred Stance. That's... Yep. Yeah, I like this. I like being conservative and taking the Bumblebot off the table, especially since they have the combat training that draws a card. This requires them to have another troop, even if we do miss a Sacred Stance trigger because of it. Frost Blast, another piece of removal here. They combat traininged the Eager Lackey to draw a card. That's clever. I don't know if it's good, but it's certainly clever. Here's my 7/6 Undying Weaver. Probably seen Evaporate here. Good, like the tempo. And again, Zedvados just kind of like flailing around here. Not a whole lot to do. Probably see the Consult the Talent. Interesting. Oh, we want to get back to combat training that draws a card. Okay, that makes sense. I might wait on playing that second training there, because now if they draw a 3-drop off this combat training, they won't be able to play it. They didn't. Okay. Stacking this Dorko up. 7U. Play the Undying Weaver again, probably. Really? Just holding up the Frost Blast. Okay. This is going to be a lot of card draw for the Zedvados' side of the table. They really need like a Warp Steel Shard Sworn here. And all sorts of red flags got to be kind of going off in your head if you're Zeodifus here. Like, our opponent just didn't play anything when I know they have a 4-drop. Oh, Arcane Zephyr. That's hot. Sweet. So we get back our Arcane Focus that draws a card here. Probably throw that on the Bumblebot. Get our resource out of the way now. Yep. And again, just finding a lot of air. Really needs like Warp Steel Shard for something that's going to let them chump block a little bit here. You're going to be dead on board next turn. Little Chumparoonie here. Okay. It's a Thunderfield Seer. Draws a card. Okay, I think I would have played my Ice there first. We're going to be dead when this misses, right? I think they should have played an Ice to guarantee they were going to hit. They're dead on board now. They pack it in. I don't understand the Bobish player drew more cards and died, right? Alright, so we've got a pretty good hand on both sides of the table, right? I'm interested to see how Karuya sequences this game. Okay, lining up to get the Sacred Stance going before they conscript. I like it. Bombit's player here on the bottom now, notably missing a second Sapphire Threshold. put this off to the side. Look at that. Look how official this looks. This isn't official in the slightest. All right, so we played some more stuff out here. We hit our second Sapphire threshold. Gale Force is good too. Yep. Get Consultants out. Looking pretty good for the Bombus player here. Pretty healthy life total. Firmly ahead on board. I'm so happy that this conscript deck just isn't fantastic. Just because, like, so many people were so certain that, like, this conscript deck was the best thing you could be doing and that it was going to be oppressive and just, like, hasn't had basically any results. You're all so certain that this is what everyone needs to be doing in life. Oh, geez, this is going to be bad. Bad for Kuroria. The Pyre Strike is going to clear this Storm Rider. And then we get to crack them for a bunch here. Nah, just doing replays, Marty. Yeah, definitely. There's gonna be a rotation too, but like people were playing this in like the current format and were like convinced that like the conscript deck was gonna be really unfair and too strong. The Furiko deck had really good results too. You're gonna be dead on board. Not quite. Not quite. Interesting that we're holding the Totem Trap. I guess. Oh, lordy. That's all of the cards for the Bombus player. That's all of them. Yep. Still have Halt up here as well. Verdict of the Ancient. Just the world. The world is the Bombus player's oyster, really. There you go. Halt your thing, hit you for 2. I think this is gonna be all she wrote here. Pulverizer, normally an excellent hit. On this board, not so much. I like it. Attack with all of them. They all got Rage 2. We conscripted a rare. It's not gonna be good enough for the for the Kuroria side of the table. Kuroria packs it in. Let's see if we can find Bearded Goats or Cerebees round 2. Was that who we're watching? No, Claude or the Bearded Goat. See how their second round went. They had some sweet decks in the first round. You see Claude or Bearded Goat Man, scream in chat because I miss them sometimes. By sometimes I mean most of the time. No, but it's good for consistency. Claude was on the... Did you see what number it was? Page 4. Alright, thank you. Yeah, at the bottom, got him. Sweet. Copy this so we can find it later. As more matches populate in, it moves them down. Alright, so we have Claude playing against McBombus again here. Interested to see how this lines up a second time here. I feel like Claude's deck probably pretty reasonable against this McBombus strategy. We'll see. They won pretty convincingly in the first round. And again, we see the McBombus resource base just like not being stellar. Oh, geez. First draw step from Claude to force the tome. So didn't have it in the opener. But again, just like gonna make 2 1-1s on turn 2. That fly. Alright, we hit our ruby threshold from the Bombus side of the table here. He's this 1-3 as well. 1-3 flyer, super reasonable against Bombus. Huh. So we're just like... No, the Fight Nights are on PvP tools. They're under standard, Jotra. Yeah, they're under standard data. They don't have their own section, but they are 110% on the website. Just playing all of these out. Yeah, just play a bunch of flyers and champ power. Opponent has battle hymns and air evolutions in their deck as well. So a lot of pretty sweet things they have going on. Hey, Gangophobia with the 17-month resubscription. Thank you, and welcome back. I do appreciate it. So, we'll see how these... I like the Spirit Bounce by blocks here. Probably see the Blitz come across. This is a good clean hit for 11 here. The Spirit Bounce buys are going to turn back into Phantoms. If they hit an Anthem here, they're going to have lethal. And they hit the Air Evolution off the top here. So Air Evolution is going to turn all these into 2-2s. The Champion Powers determine 3-3s, so we're just going to smack them right in the face for 18 points of damage here. This deck is sweet. The deck is sweet. Make all the 1-1s, play Air Evolution, kill you. Pretty medium hand here from the Bombus player, and no Force the Tome, notably in Claude's hand, but we see a Battle Chant here, just all of the Anthem constants. Well played, Claude. Well played. Eighth card both times. Force the Tome. Well played. Well played. This deck's really good when you always have turn 2 for. We've watched 4 of Claude's games so far, and 4 for 4 has had Force the Tome on turn 2 in every one of these games. Still, nothing going on here from the Bombus side of the table. Not particularly impressive. It's gonna attack for 4 here. Play another Duskwing Scattered here. Are we getting a resource with this one? Maybe we get a Fate Weave off of it, so we'll see. We've got a Mama Yeti, but Hey, Declan, get off of him. God, kids. Alright, we're gonna... The Bombus player is gonna be very dead in the air next turn. We got a Battle Champ plus a Champion activation here. It's coming across for 10, but this is just 11, 12 with a blocker. Like, this is much too slow. This Battle Chant deck is just gonna run them out of the game again. Got just a single Anthem from hand is gonna be very lethal. They have that Battle Chant. Let's go, Battle Chant. Give all my troops +1/+1 till end of turn. And that's all she wrote. Can we find the Bearded Goat Man's matches? Can we find the Bearded Goat Man's matches? I know, I need to see the Bearded Goat Man too. Let's look. Keep an eye out for the Bearded Goat Man, ladies and gentlemen. He has a sweet Blood Sapphire control deck that seems really good. Watch them win the first round. There we go, Bearded Goat Man. Ooh, this first one is probably not looking very good for Bearded Goat Man. 3.5 minute game. Probably not good for the control deck. Bearded Goat Man versus... Has there been Bombus in every single match we've played today? I feel like there has been. Ooh, this Bombus deck has some spice in it here. We've got Mind Call. I really like Eldritch Thunderbird. This card seems great. Oh, geez, we see why this one's about to be quick here. Keep 4 Sapphire double strangle hands here on Bearded Goat Man's side of the board. I'm kind of curious that they redrew their 7. Their 7 seemed okay. Combat Training is an excellent draw. So we get to Mind Call, Thunderbird plus Combat Training here. Yep. And then we go Thunderbird, and then Combat Training the Skarn. God, this is going to be lethal very, very quickly. Every one of these combat trainings is just going to add 3 power to the board. So we're going to add 6 power to the board next turn. 7 power with this. So we're just going to attack for 12 next turn. Spontaneous Combustion. There's some technology. So Spontaneous Combustion lets you sacrifice a troop when you play it, and then you deal damage equal to that troop's power to your opponent. This guy gets it. This is what's up! This isn't a turn 3 kill, it's gonna be a turn 4 kill, right? Alright. Bearded Goat Man packs it in. Poor Goat Man. You are the chosen one, Goat Man! You are the chosen one! Alright, 14-minute game. I think Bearded Goat Man's got the comebacks coming. I think Bearded Goat Man... I believe in you, Bearded Goat Man. Strong hand from the Bearded Goat. To Thunderfield's here on 1. Hold up. Oh no. Alright, so the Bombus player doesn't have a Sapphire here, so we're leaning on Ruby Ice hard here. Is have the most fun name to say for people on coverage. hits the Sapphire like a professional. Love it. We can Mind Call our Flickering Gobbler. Gonna say that for next turn. I like it. Okay, we've got 2, not 1, but 2 Weave Into Nothing here. One of which is Prophesize to draw a card. Bearded Goat Man. Definitely in top 3 for names I've said online. Right, so we certainly made a Flickering Gobbler cheaper here, right? Don't take the bait, Bearded Goat Man. Don't take the bait. Bearded Goat Man being very disciplined here. Love it. Snap off this weave on the Flickering Gobbler. Good sequencing. Bearded Goat Man's had very good sequencing when we've watched so far in this tournament. I've liked a lot of what they've done in terms of like waiting and not waiting and like kind of bob and weave. Another resource here for Joss. Scrounge a Cremate. Okay, sure. I feel like this Runic Decay might get blown out. Well, see, they might just use their health total as a resource again here. The goat deck has 4 copies of Walking Boneyard in it, from what I can tell. This is... Wonder what they're gonna do with this spontaneous combustion. They could also just evaporate their thing. Yeah, I like that, because this is gonna make them another 1/1 down the line. Okay, I like the verdict. Hey! Do not throw things at your father. We do not throw, Declan. Knock the Wi-Fi card off my desk. Yeah, you're in trouble. See a strangle come across here, probably gonna get met with a
Piece.
You want the puzzle piece? There you go.
A piece.
Huh. No, spontaneous combustion seems a little greedy there. Okay, there's the Walking Boneyard. See a resource get played out here. I don't know if I'm in love with playing the non-slow shard there. Yeah, the on-screen chat doesn't show bots. Or commands that start with exclamation points. This deck is way too slow. I don't know if I agree with that. I think they were a little bit too conservative here, perhaps. We're actually not in that terrible of a spot, right? Or by that I mean, are we dead this turn? We get to eat the Warp Steel Shard Sworn, and then take... Are we gonna fling this? I guess we're getting into a little bit of trouble here, right? So we're gonna have the verdict here for this. And we're going down to 3. Yeah, I guess we're in a little bit of trouble here. Really need another Runic Decay. Seer's pretty good. Seer is a good hit. We're still dead on board, unfortunately. No longer dead on board. Gonna be dead to a lot of top decks from Josway though. I don't like this. Is the first play I've really not liked from Bearded Goatman, and it they chose to not play these arcane focuses and instead chose to bluff. And I feel like if this is just it's an inefficient use of your resources. You should just make your opponent have it. Like if you're gonna die, you're gonna die. So I think Bearded Goatman should have played both these focuses last turn. There's a Runic Decay. Wow, that actually puts us in a really good spot, right? Like we're back up to 3 here. We have this Weave into nothing we get to hold up. We could probably find a resource to replay this Runic Decay next turn. Come on, Goat. I believe in the Goat. I believe. Dark of Night. Okay, look, that's another win condition. People asking how this deck wins. Dark of Night, technically a win condition. Another Walking Boneyard. Okay, so can we start attacking now? Is that too... Okay, so we're not attacking just yet. Okay, that's fair. I'm excited. We could see this game. This one draws a card too, right? Are we gonna Dark of Night, December Tongue Scarn? I feel like I want a Dark of Night, December Tongue Scarn right now. Look, as someone that wants to make my opponents as miserable as possible, using Dark of Night as my primary win condition sounds awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. Using Dark of Night as my primary win condition sounds fantastic. I do not like this sequencing from Goat here. I would have waited until my opponent declared attackers, because they might have possibly attacked this Ember Tongue Scarn into the 6/6 Walking Boneyard. you didn't give your opponent a chance to make a mistake. I think the goat's gonna pull this out. We're gonna see a Dark Knight kill this Ember Tongue Scar in here. These walking boneyards are 9/9s. This deck is sweet. We had to fade a draw step here, but we are definitely in a great spot. This Weaver into nothings, yeah, just locked, right? Sweet. All right, tied up 1-1. See if we have the third game in the set yet. We do. 7 minutes. That could go either way. 7-minute game. Want the goes? Sorry about that. Had some... Still have a toddler melting down. Kind of medium. Again, just like... Actually, I guess this hand's really good with a Ruby from Just, right? Like, Mind Call into Flickering Gobbler is pretty good. Bearded Goatman's hand is missing a second Sapphire, but has a bunch of Thunderfields here that they can play out, so, like, it's good against, like, early Ground Pounders. That being said, if Joustway hits a Ruby Shard here... Okay, just a Ruby Ice, so no turn 2 Flickering Gobbler just yet, but they are going to have turn 3 Gobbler plus this Ember Tongue Scar coming in hot. You need more? Okay, I will be right back. For a drink. Here. All right. So we get to go. Oh, we get to Mind Call double. Oh, this game's over, right? It's just like Mind Call double Gobbler. Just like stick it deep inside your opponent. Just all right. Crack you for 7 in the sky. They need a piece of removal right now. That could be anything, even a strangle. Okay, that's a strangle and a bunch of other cards here. That's gonna answer one of these Flickering Gobblers. If Joss hits a non-slow shard here, they're gonna get to spontaneous combustion though. Oh god. What's it like, McBombus player? Can you please? This is just good. Just stick it deep inside the control deck. Just oh god. Oh god, I threw up everywhere. I threw up this game is over. We're gonna watch the poor bearded goat man. You are the chosen one, bearded goat man. You are the chosen one. Let's weave this one into nothing. I guess we're technically not dead yet from the bearded goat man side of the table, but we are getting there. Evaporate our Flickering Gobbler, sure. All right, we hit another weave, but unfortunately for Bearded Goat Man, there's a third Flickering Gobbler hiding here in Josue's hand. Yep, we've that one. Get kind of excited that maybe we're going to stabilize. Just spontaneously, I love it. End it with class. All right. All right. That sure was something. All right, what do we... We got... I don't have any round 3 matches yet. We watched 5 matches. I don't know that I want to wait an hour for more matches.